pistachio? You're my little whoopie pie.
David.
All sugary and sweet and
David.
stuff.
David.
Oh, you like a man in uniform.
David.
Well, I'm in the Scout. First I was a Cub Scout, then I was a Weeblo.
David.
You know, lots of people confuse the
David.
two, but they're really separate.
David.
Oh,
David, for the love of all that's
is
holy.
this shag, plush, or Berber in your basement?
David. David.
I fix broken hearts, but I can't heal the
David.
whole world,
Oh, for
darling.
crying out loud, David.
Huh?
You wake up.
Huh? Where am I?
You're at the Main Repertory Theater Chamber of Comedy World News headquarters. And I'm Steve Burnett.
I know who you are. How long have I been asleep?
6 months now.
Shit. Holy crap!
Well, in your defense, you did look very tired.
2 minutes? Thank you, Ringo. You know, I was tired. I had a lot to do, though. I had to drywall a basement, and I had to build a brunch nook for my wife, Carol, and I was supposed to put up a production of Hamlet with my high school students.
Oh, relax. It's okay. I took care of it. But you might want to think about getting that thyroid checked. I would look into it for you, but I have temporarily had my medical permit suspended.
You didn't direct my production of Hamlet, did you?
Oh, it was incredible. Everyone involved in the production said it was the most unique production they've ever had at the school. I even tossed in an extra tap number.
Tap number?
You're welcome, by the way. Hey, I'm guessing that you had quite a few exciting dreams in that noggin of yours over that 6 month of hibernation.
As a matter of fact, I did. Oh, you'll love this, Steve. I dreamt you were running a theater in Ohio, something called the Murphy Theater, and you were performing in a 2-character play called Love Letters, aside popular Hollywood star Amy Yasbeck on March 12th for one show only, and all tickets were just $40.
That was quite specific, Dave.
I know. Can you believe it? A funny dream to boot. Theater actually hiring you and a big Hollywood star willing to work with you.
Well, a fella can dream, I suppose.
I know that, Steve. I just told you my dream.
Love letters, huh? You know the 2 letters that I think say love the most, Dave?
You and I?
No. L-O-V-E.
I wish I stayed asleep. Welcome to the Main Repertory Theater's Chamber of Comedy Monthly Update for January of 2022. I'm Dave Hanright.
And I'm Steve Burnett. And this update is brought to you by the Happy Tales Canine Call, the first cell phone for dogs. Next time Wally wanders away, you can call him home, literally.
I tried one of those canine cell phones with Maisie recently, Steve, but she was on another call.
Oh, so what happened?
She put me on pause. Thank you, Ringo.
That's great news, Dave. With Christmas 2021 now in our collective rearview mirror, a number of games and toys remain sitting on store shelves.
That's right, Steve. The so-called experts really missed the boat on this year's supposed coveted gifts list. And to avoid potential landfill overflow, retailers are finding it necessary to nearly give these toys and games away. And the few that were sold, well, they're not taking returns.
No, they're not.
Items such as the Stitch and Itch Junior Doctor Kit, the all-too-handsy participation game, Find Those Marbles,
Ooh.
and what was hoped to be an educational game for youth, Name That Malformed Raised Skin Lesion. Those are just a few examples of the several unwanted mistakes this year.
Unwanted mistakes. Sort of ironic.
Well, you're thinking of the Island of Misfit Toys.
I was thinking of the final words my father spoke to me on his deathbed. Dave?
On a happier note, the Hollywood box office bounced back in large fashion this holiday season with Spider-Man: No Way Home taking in greater than expected numbers, followed by Sing 2 and The Matrix Resurrections, as some cinema chains loosened their COVID restrictions a bit, allowing folks to cautiously return to one of their favorite pastimes.
Not to be outdone, the all-you-can-bear buffet restaurant chain, the Rustic Ranch, has returned to their new normal, now featuring 3-layered sneeze guards and a guarantee that most of their plates and silverware have made their way through a dishwasher. Just not necessarily theirs. I'm hungry already. Remember that famous saying of theirs?
If you find hair in your food, your beverage is free.
I have yet to pay for my beverage there.
But you typically waddle out before paying for your meal anyway, don't you, Steve?
You know me too well, Captain. Coming up, you've heard of potato chips in the likeness of famous people. How about an entire bag of pretzel sticks that reenact last year's January 6th Capitol Hill insurrection? After this word from Mandy and Canaan's homemade foot salve.
They won't divulge their secret ingredient. Let's just say they're keeping a lot of honeybees in business.
Now I'm thrown.
And we're out. 1 minute.
Thank you, Sharon.
Sharon's back? What happened to Moncrief?
We had to let Moncrief go. He kept showing up to work wearing those copper fit knee sleeves.
Well, maybe he tore his meniscus again.
That's all he was wearing. And he wasn't wearing it on his knee. By the way, Merry belated Christmas, Sir Dave.
Oh, Steve, a present. You know, I didn't get...
Hey, you've been asleep for months, 6 months. I get it. Now, not that you would have gotten me any... Anyway, it's not about the getting, it's about the giving. So,
Yeah.
Basically, in a sense, I'm a better person than... Well, more generous anyway. So, Merry Christmas there, buddy.
You know, I'm sort of embarrassed. The
should be-
wrapping's really nice,
Thank you.
Steve.
You
You
should
do
be-
this yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You do a really good bow job.
Oh, thanks. I'm very proud of that. Now, I hope you don't already have one.
Well, no, I certainly do not.
It is a pickle popper, Dave.
I can see that it's a pickle popper.
Just squeeze them, see what happens.
Thanks, Steve. Maybe later.
Oh. I know, it's not practical, but I thought, what the heck, get the guy a pickle popper. For crying out loud, no one else is gonna do it.
I bet there were a lot of these left on the shelf, weren't there, Steve? Welcome back. With the new year comes new beginnings, new dreams. And what else, Steve?
Well, if it's an even-numbered year, Dave, it means a trip to Sears for a new pair of undies for this guy.
Resolutions.
Oh, that too.
And while the top 2 resolutions are always predictable, losing weight and start saving money, the next 3 were a bit of a surprise for this coming year.
Reaching number 3 on the list, a number of respondents said that they resolved to recycle more. I myself have had a stationary bike, though, for years, Dave.
But the 4th of the top 5 was the resolution to visit their neighbors more often, which would be difficult for you, Steve, given the various court orders.
Absolutely. And topping out the big 5, and this one I find a bit of a pleasant surprise, Dave. Americans resolved to share our monthly Chamber of Comedy updates with others. And for that, we sincerely say,
Thank
it's
you
about
so
time.
much.
And now, with a special segment we call Things I Learned the Hard Way. Please don't ask me how. Here's Dave.
Thanks, Steve. When preheating the oven for Christmas Eve nachos, always check first to make sure your wife didn't hide your Christmas gift in that very same oven. Steve?
Now, who hides their husband's gift in an oven?
Carol does, Steve. And I now know Carol uses the oven.
Well, what was the present?
It was a Picasso, Steve. An original Pablo Picasso.
Dave, I guess for me, the bigger issue here is nachos for Christmas Eve.
I'm sure that would be the bigger issue for you. And now, with a special note, here's Steve.
Lucy, there are many mills in this crazy world that we call world. Lumber mills, Governor Mills, General Mills, and the most dangerous mill of all, the rumor mill. Many have wondered what has become of Maine Rep and the Chamber of Comedy now that we've been away from our former location for well over a year. Will we ever be back? Well, rest assured, no matter what you may have heard from others, Maine Rep and the Chamber of Comedy had not gone quietly into the woods.
I think you mean in the night, Steve.
We had not gone quietly into the woods at the night. Maine Rep and the Chamber continue to look for a place to call home. We came very close on a number of occasions, but for one reason or another, it just didn't happen yet. So we keep on that search, like a weary ship captain seeking landfall to drop his dinghy. An overweight former marathon runner hoping that elusive second mile is just somewhere over the horizon. Like the chiseled cowboy riding back to the range after a long day of cow poking. Because it's Sunday, and well, that means it's tub night. So, to quote a certain sleepy, unnamed friend on his honeymoon, please, I'm begging you, don't give up on us just yet. Dave?
I'm really glad you set the record straight, Steve.
Well, what do you care? You've been asleep for half the year, Goldilocks.
And that, unfortunately, is this month's Chamber of Comedy update for January 2022. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dave Hanright.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Remember, when news breaks out, so do we. Thank you.
And good night. Well, that went well, I thought.
Yeah, it's good to get back in the saddle again.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I did get you one other gift here. It's a scratch-off holiday-themed lottery ticket. I give one to all my colleagues and friends every year. You could win up to $10,000 on that, buddy.
Well, thank you, Steve. But no. You know, I don't believe in lotteries or anything that creates a false sense of wealth. You know, these prey on the gambling habits of those who can afford it the least.
Okay, I'm sorry. You are one of those. Just didn't want to insult. So I'll take it. You know, I'll go ahead and give it a little scratcheroo myself.
Scratch it off.
It's, oh my. Oh, Dave, I just won $10,000.
What?
I never win. I won $10,000. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Well, so sorry for you, but oh my God. Hey, in fairness, and I'm a fair fellow, this was your gift, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I will write a check for $10,000 to your favorite cause.
Well, that's very fair and generous, Steve. Thank you.
The least I can do.
My favorite cause. How about the Hanright Foundation?
Hanright Foundation. Okay.
New nonprofit.
Okay, well, that sounds like a plan, Stan. Who do I write it out to?
Oh, I think you write it out to David Hanright.
David or Dave?
Oh, that's a question there. I would think David would be fine. I mean, I can look it up and find out.
No, you know what? I will just I'll write the same way I write your name.
Right. Oh yeah, it's spelled the same.
It's the same thing. Okay. There we go.
Hey, don't forget the sign.
The signature. There we go.
You know, I need to say, Happy New Year, Steve Burnett.
Happy New Year, David Hanright.